Okay. Unemployment, day 9. So as I get further into this like unemployment journey, I start realizing I'm going to have to, apply for jobs or whatever. So I've been applying on LinkedIn, and we're really beginning reacquainted with LinkedIn. And it's really made me realize like how much of a waste of time LinkedIn really is, and how much I really don't like being on LinkedIn or using LinkedIn, or just even seeing that blue dumb logo on my screen when I have to like use it, whether on my phone or on my computer. And I think the first reason why I don't like it so much is it's really like there's no alternative. Like the only alternative I can think of for like online job boards is Indeed, and as we move more and more online, like the line between real line and online just gets so blurred that it's like you have to use LinkedIn. Like there's no other option. And I know you're like, well, Eric, just go to like, the company's, portal and use their job posting. But like, even then it's like your resume just goes straight into the void as well. Like there's really kind of no escaping this like dystopian online job application. I know a lot of people like use the word like phrase, I guess, humiliation ritual, which is not something I really don't like. Like not everything's like a humiliation ritual. Sometimes it's just a pain in the ass just to be a pain in the ass. But anyways, there's so many easy apply jobs, like, and it's easy for a company just to do that, to farm resumes. Like they'll actually like implicitly make a job easy apply just so there's like tons of resumes so they can just sift and sort and pick the best ones. So you have to compete with like people from all over the country applying to the job you want to do in your city. And it's going to get worse and worse with office jobs. Like for accountant jobs, like if it's easy apply and if it's like anything hinting at a hybrid lifestyle, there's 100+ applications on each one of those jobs. And that's kind of like my cue to not even bother applying for a job, is if you see easy apply and if you see 100 people have applied to this job, 100 people plus. I think 100 is like the limit that LinkedIn does for job applications. So if you see 100 plus, you see hybrid, remote, or anything like that, just don't even bother applying. I know it's like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, but trust me, brother, you ain't making this shot. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're like in the next county shooting a puck. You have to throw a wall. You have to, somehow that puck has to get on the train. You ain't making that slap shot. Just don't even bother trying to hit it. And also, like with these resumes, another thing that always happens when I start like applying to jobs on LinkedIn, or really any, like even the company portals, is you start getting all these like robo spam callers. And I know not to answer them. I don't answer the calls, but it's just so annoying getting like a random call. So you're like, oh, you look at your phone and you're like, oh, it's like somebody spoofed your number. And I don't want to accuse anybody of anything, but I have to feel like the company, like there's probably some companies that like are collecting data from LinkedIn Easy Apply, because it'll send your resume and it'll send all your information. So you have like your email, have like your phone number, have your name, have your address fits on your resume, and have where you worked at. Like it's got a lot of valuable information there that like companies can use to sell to like information brokers. I don't know of any specific examples. I'm not sure if this is like maybe an urban legend or something, but I feel like there's tons of these listings where they're just trying to data farm and data mine, and they sell them to information brokers, and that's like a whole revenue stream. Like there's a whole revenue stream, a whole ecosystem built around scamming people just trying to find jobs out of their data so they can get sent and packaged to these scumbags somewhere in some other country or other state. I guess I don't really know where they're at, because I don't really know any of them off the top of my head, but just these scumbags, and they just sell them and then just make a profit, and that's that. I guess in effect it's kind of what like big companies would do, but like I don't know, it's just ridiculous that like LinkedIn doesn't care. LinkedIn allows that. Like you see like the fake recruiting firms of like one employee. Like if you're applying to a job, I think what you should do, if it says confidential, like they don't even say like who the job poster is, obviously don't apply to that. It's probably someone trying to scam you out of your information. If it's like a little recruiting firm, just click on the recruiting firm and see like, okay, how many employees are there? If there's like less than 10, don't apply to that job. It's either a recruiter just trying to like build their book, or it's a legitimate scammer trying to get your information to sell it to a data broker, which I'm not sure if actually that's even illegal not to do that, which is kind of crazy, right? Like when you take your information, it's not even illegal. It's just, oh, well, whatever, it sucks. You're dumb enough to apply. That's your problem. Have fun with the spam callers. But another thing too is like, there are so many recruiters like that literally just take your information and just try to create like a book, like, a little Rolodex full of like alleged like people that they have contact information with. Like I know one recruiter, I'm not going to say her name or anything like that of the sort, obviously, but she reaches out like every 6 months to me and is like, hey, are you looking for a job? I have this really great opportunity. And it's like, oh yeah, okay, sure, yeah. Let me know about the job. What's the opportunity? And she always wants to schedule a call, and then the call always revolves around like, okay, am I looking? Yeah, I guess. If there's a right opportunity came along, I guess I'd, jump to it. Anybody would, right? Okay, if you're looking, okay, well, I don't really have this job anymore, but we'll keep on your resume and we'll keep on the radar and we'll just let you know. And what really she's doing is just trying to figure out, A, if I'm still looking, and B, if I can be considered like a lead. So she can like package up her leads and like try to get clientele with that. Like that, there's no job, obviously. And I'm kind of a big dummy for continuing to fall for this stuff. But I think when you talk about livelihoods and you talk about, making money and how people support themselves, you're generally going to give people the benefit of the doubt if they're promising or at least implicitly implying that they can get you like some sort of compensation that's better or a situation that's better than where you're at right now. And I think the last thing about LinkedIn that I just find so just disgusting is like the actual postings from the people that are actually on LinkedIn. Like, cause it's just like this brand of, I know toxic positivity is a phrase that gets, thrown around a lot, and a lot of people like to use it for all sorts of things. But this is definitely like the example number one. Patient zero of toxic positivity is the middle manager that posts on LinkedIn 24/7. Like, those people are crazy. It's just like, okay, so you're posting on LinkedIn like 3 or 4 times a day about like mundane tasks and mundane things, like, oh, I stubbed my toe in the door and it made me think about project management, how we manage our projects. And always like the people who are the worst too, specifically, I guess, are like, it's so weird to say, but like safety manager people. Cause I for some reason get a lot of these people like quoting about like protective equipment. It's called PP&E, is like kind of the acronym. And they'll just take like absolute insane things. Like I think I saw one post about like the Boxing Day tsunami from like 20-ish years ago. And they related it back to like protective equipment at like a factory, which is insane. Can you imagine that? Like trying to like relate like a tragedy that, unfortunately cost the lives of like 10,000, like hundreds of thousands of people, just an insane amount of tragedy. Obviously one of the worst natural disasters ever, maybe the worst natural disaster ever, when accounting for like the loss of human life and all that. And you're relating it back to like cutting your arm at a factory. Like, that's insane, absolutely insane. And then you got like other people like talking about like how they work 300 hours a week and they're so great and they're the best. And, you should work hard like me if you want to make it anywhere in life. And I'm going to post on LinkedIn so you know about it. And it's hard to get like not see that, because like the first thing, it's basically your homepage, right? It's Facebook for wages, basically. I don't know. Anyways, I just thought I'd rip off, rant about, I guess, how much I hate LinkedIn. I definitely don't like LinkedIn. I wish I could just delete my account, but unfortunately, I, like you, probably am stuck dealing with LinkedIn, probably till I retire or I just give up and just, become a NEET. Anyways, that's all I have. Subscribe if you want. If not, whatever. And later.